Oh, we're in. Very warm welcome, everybody, to the Tarmac Silverland Stadium for this afternoon's game between Buxton and Chorley. Myself, Pete Tscherewik, joined alongside Ewan Murray. Ewan, up here at the top of the stand here in Derbyshire. What are your thoughts ahead of the game?
Um, think probably expect a bit of a reaction from last weekend's 3-3 draw against Oxford. However, it's a tough place to go away from home. We know typically it's a tough place for Charlie to go away from home. However, I do think that they'll be able to take the game with a scruff of the net today and hopefully get those 3 points.
Yeah, like you say, it's one of those grounds where unfortunately we don't have a particularly good record here. We've only won here once since 2014. Well, actually, it was the 2014 game, sorry, where we won in a famous game and that helped surely get promoted from the Northern Premier League. And since then, it's been 2 defeats and 1 draw. We lost here last season by a goal to nil. I'm looking to make things right this afternoon, surely, and a bit of a different selection from Andy Priest. George Pratt starts, as well as Taylor O'Kane, and Harry Ibsen looks to be leading the line on his own, with Tom Carr struggling with a little bit of a hamstring problem. So, be interesting to see if there is a bit of a change in system.
Yeah, it's looking like there might be a three in midfield today. We saw Andy Priest switch it up in the second half against Oxford, really, by just crowding that midfield. It obviously was with getting those 3 goals in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out today.
Yeah, one of those, and a few minutes to go until kick-off. The music in here at the Tarmac Silverland is very loud, so struggling to gather our thoughts together, really. Not an awful lot of Chorley fans, of course, to the opposite way from us this afternoon, which is, perhaps a bit surprising. We seem to travel here very well, and here come the two teams. Good afternoon, and welcome to today's game between Buxton and Chorley at the Tarmac Silverlands. Referee Darren Rogers leads out the two teams, with Matt Owen for Chorley and Connor Kirby for Buxton. A huge game in prospect this afternoon for the Magpies, who are looking to, as you say, Ewan, get back to winning ways, and there's no better place to start.
No, it'd be a great way to kick on and get some momentum, winning the ground, which we've struggled in so many times across the years. Hopefully they can put it right today.
Yeah, and we can see that obviously a bit of a different test today. We're playing on the artificial surface, and a lot of people make a comment about how Chorley's record on the artificial isn't perhaps as good as it is on grass. Well, as I always say, records are there to be broken, and we'll see how things pan out. Of course, Chorley made a late addition to their squad yesterday with Lucas Weaver joining on loan from Altrincham. Very highly rated forward is Lucas, and he makes the bench as well as Tom Carr, who's been nursing a little bit of a hamstring problem this week. Spoke with Tom before the game, and he said he's okay, but regardless, Tom is here, Tom is with us, and it's about ultimately the first 11 players that are on the pitch first and foremost. And again, Ewan, we'll be hoping to see a better performance this afternoon, especially than that first opening 45 minutes against Oxford. And Andy Priest said, didn't he, if we can play like we did in the second half, then we've got every chance. We've got to be at our best. But if we play like that first half, we've got no chance.
Right, yeah, the second half performance sort of reminded me of the first half performance maybe against Hereford away from home, where we were comfortably the better team. But obviously, if we were playing like that game in, game out, you'd win every game. So it's just about finding the balance, really.
I think we've just the first alteration of the day. Luke Summerfield being told he's got to take his wedding ring off, even though he's taped it up. Referee Darren Rogers says, no, thank you. And not happy with that. The two captains exchanging, and Buxton will get their way, I think, and be able to kick the ball in the directions that they've put the sprinklers on. But tense moments here. Oh, no, sorry, they won't, because surely have won the toss, and surely we'll be able to kick into the end that they've had sprinkled. So it's always a 50-50 chance, but surely on the right end of it, hopefully a sign of good things to come. The Buxton, who are going to get us underway, number 21, Ollie Greaves. We'll be getting things underway in a few moments' time. Buxton in all blue, royal blue, surely in the famous black and white stripes. It's referee Darren Rogers in the middle. And it's 3-2-1. We're off and running here at the Tarmac Silverlands. Straight away, Harry Ibbotson in on the act and knocking it down, and Buxton forced to go backwards.
Yeah, doing there by Josh Pratt early on.
Challenge from Calverley comes in, but Tate Campbell, formerly of Hereford, playing in the midfield for the Bucks, and player to keep an eye on.
Buxton just knocking it on the back in these opening stages. Just throw in here on the right hand side here for Buxton.
And surely he'll just be hoping to settle down quickly, get a good start under the belts, and ultimately kick on from there. Because again, found it in recent weeks where they've been conceding early on, and you're making yourself more work to do, and obviously it's not what you want. Not what you want. It's you don't want to be working in every game and having to come from behind. And first touch of the game from Taylor O'Kane, who you're going to think it's fair to say he was really impressive last week against Oxford when he came off the bench.
Yeah, he showed a bit of that directness which they were lacking in that first half, really.
Max Thompson, Chorley, just joined us in the stands. Max still recovering from injury at the moment. Obviously spent a little bit of time out at Warrington Town. And he's another one in that long, lengthy list of injuries for Chorley. And again, Tom Carr was a doubt coming into the game. But again, he's on the bench, which is a boost for Adley Priest's side because, he's obviously added Weaver in, but he is short of attacking options, isn't he? He's got Cole Hall injured. Jack Sampson still a little bit away, although he is back into training. And you need as many options as you can. There's teams in this league, Radcliffe, who've got 3 or 4 strong strikers and they only play one up top. So you need players to be there competing for places and waiting in the wings. Comes Kieran Burton down the left-hand side. You can't miss him with his dreadlocks. Ball comes across the face and pings off the boot of Summerfield, and it's the first corner of the game, 3 minutes in, and it's Buxton who'll have the first opportunity from a set piece.
Yeah, Buxton start this game off very sharp. Look very comfortable on the ball, especially in wide areas, and they forced an error there from Summerfield, leading towards the corner.
Surely got to be switched on right away here. They don't want to be conceding anything early. They've got to be bang on with the set pieces. Obviously, a lot of people talk about Chorley's attacking from a set piece, but we saw the defensive fragilities of it last weekend as the ball's very deep. It's still alive in there. The ball comes across the face, but into the grateful arms of Matu, and in the end, I think it came off the man up front, Callum Ebanks, who comes in right from the start for the Bucks this afternoon on loan from, I think it's Stamford or Stafford, one of the two. As Ty Sodgy, formerly of Man City, is missing out of today's game with a knock. Summerfield finds Smith, goes back to Irwin, who didn't look he hit that cleanly, did he, Matty? But Pratt giving a bit of time to open up.
First bit of the game where Charlie allowed to have the foot on the ball. Smith sends it forward. Touched down well by Adam Henley with his chest. Goes to Knight Calver. His pass is overhit though, and it'll be a goal kick for Buxton.
Chris Anderson straight away in the ears of the linesman asking him to get involved. Good to see Buxton have got a scoreboard, but as always, Ewan, we're on it with the timings.
Good challenge in there by Taylor O'Kane.
There he comes, Taylor. Tries to take on his man, but just beaten to it. Warren Clark, formerly of Buxton, of course, trying to get involved.
Referee lost an advantage there.
Luke Hall down the right-hand side for the Bucks. Stevenson overlapping on the right.
It's a poor pass though, and Henley will intercept that with relative ease. Sent forward here by the right back, looking for Craig Hewitt. Hewitt wins his header.
Touch from Harry Eaton. Craig Hewitt needs to get in quickly and get it. He does do. Craig Hewitt opens up his body. He's got options wide to the right. He finds Warren Clark. Ball at his feet. And now Henley crosses. It's a good one. It's dangerous. Just in between two men in the end almost. And Hewitt done a bit too much then. He's giving the ball away. Buxton now on the counter. Number 11 on the ball is
Luke
Luke Brennan, a danger man. Taking the ball a good 40, 50 yards down the left. Summerfield and Henley there lining weight. Crosses for the Bucks. And I think it's a goal kick.
Summerfield's done really well there to manage the threat. So a bit of overplay there by Hewitt in midfield. It's dispossessed. And you can see the danger that Luke Brennan brings with him when he's running with the ball. The goal kick is sent long by Matt Irwin. Headed away by Max Bardell for Buxton.
Blakey's under a bit of pressure here. He does well, finds the feet of Summerfield, who
Harvey Smith looking forwards. Clips it over the top, looking for Warren Clark.
Under pressure from Warren, and Tate Campbell goes down and certainly made the most of that, didn't you, Ewan? And
yeah, it's one of those smart fouls.
Was it? I think you were absolutely right. One of those, not a professional foul in the way that it was done, but a smart foul to win, certainly for the Bucks. Bournemouth have taken a lead against Crystal Palace. Junior Krupi with the goal in that one.
George Wall sets up the fence there and gives it to Brennan on the left. He goes back to Kieran Burton. Run inside here to full back. Tate Campbell now. Spreads it out to Louis Stevenson.
And this is what Buxton will do. They'll try and break you down slowly but surely and be patient. They certainly have started better. Giving away the ball there, though, the commentator's curse from me in favour of the Magpies is Ibbotson. Oh.
Just a bit too heavy there by the striker. You can see, though, that there is potential scope here for Charlie on the counter-attack, with both full-backs of Buxton pushing forward very high whenever they try and attack.
Not a bit the shape of Chorley. Obviously, Ibbotson's the highest player forward for Chorley. Calverley's there and does well to get the ball from Burton, but for likes of Hewitt, he's pretty much on halfway. He's not hugging the line. He's not, I suppose, there very high. Maybe that is a sign of Chorley wanting to try and keep the shape as best they can and then try and break quickly. Smith under pressure here from number 9 Ebanks. Does well, but has to concede a throw. And
Summerfield with a strong challenge on Greaves, wins the ball.
Calverley under pressure from Kirby in the back. Twice, that's definitely a foul. And the second, third bite of the cherry, Calverley gets his way. And
Summerfield with a diagonal towards Craig Hewitt. Stevenson wins the header though. Now here comes Luke Hall running away. He looks for a ball over the top towards Brennan. Brennan's got the ball. One-on-one here with Adam Henley.
The ball across the face, and Smithy doesn't get a good foot on it and has to concede a corner. Well, Marine have taken the lead away at Worksop. The only goal actually in the opening 8.5 minutes in National League North to report at this moment in time.
It's Luke Hall over the corner here for Buxton from the far side.
Corner comes in. Referee Darren Rogers says foul against Buxton. Like you say, there's a lot of pushing and shoving.
Yeah, it looks as though Buxton really like to crowd that 6-yard box from corners. But it's safe to say that the home side have probably started the game the strongest. Sent forward again by Mateo.
Ibbotson all over his back, his opposite number in Stevenson, and ball away, but then Pratty has to get in on Ebanks and eventually does well, diverts the danger away, and will be a throw for the Bucks.
Stevenson, the ball in his hands. Throws it back to Bardo. Giving back to Stevenson. He can cross from here.
Good cross it is. It's across the face, and Blakeman gives the ball away. Ball back in again. It's deep. Merwin's not sure whether to commit. Burton on target. First header of the game on target. Comfortable for Irwin though. 10.5 minutes gone, and that's, I don't think you'd even call that a half chance, to be honest.
I thought for a second that it may have fallen to Callum Ebanks on the volley, but no, it just trickled its way through to Irwin and goal. I don't think I'll have a more comfortable save to make than that today. Blakeman into the feet of Harry Ibbotson. Fouled there by the Buxton centre half Max Bardill, and Chorley have got a free kick here about midway into the Buxton half, which Blakeman you'd think would swing into the box here. It's Blakeman and Summerfield over it. Summerfield has placed the ball down.
And this is an opportunity for Chorley. You've got to think of it in terms of a set piece, put a bit of pressure on them, and Blakeman almost looked at Hewitt to take it early, but maybe that's just part of the plan. As Harvey Smith's peeling off towards the back post, it does actually get met by him. Pratty on the edge of the box can't get a touch on it, and you can hear Harvey Smith. I don't want to repeat what he just said, Ewan, but you could certainly hear it.
Yeah, you can see the frustration really from a set piece like that. It was decent delivery in from Blakeman. Smith heads it down to George Pratt, but Pratt couldn't really get a clean connection on it, and he just given away too easily really for Buxton to deal with. Sent forward again. Ibbetson's up for it. Can't win the header though. Blakeman's in there. It's a strong challenge. Buxton come away with the ball.
I think key word was that there was what it was a strong challenge, but it was a fair challenge. And Warren Clark now trying to stem the threat of Brennan. Goes back to Burton. Now with the two centre halves, George Ward and Lewis Stevenson, who are trying to be patient. As I said earlier, they will happily do this, Buxton, where they just take the time. They're in no rush.
Ebanks is just to be offside.
Alfred Town have taken the lead against Peterborough Sports. Well, it's Phil Brown, the new man at the Turbines, and Alfreton's new man in the dugout, Jake Buxton, his first goal as manager. And they talk, don't they, Ewan, a lot about bounce back ability. Perfect start for them as Macclesfield have just taken the lead against Curzon Ashton. Goals flying in elsewhere, but nothing really to report here yet. No real big chances for either side. Pratt's giving the ball away here, and Brennan trying to break away, puts the ball over the top, and it's a really good ball that in towards Hall. Pratty having to come back. Hall under pressure. Reeves now to Burton, left-footed, goes, opens his body and finds Brennan, 1v1 with Adam Henley. Towards the box he goes, crosses it deep, headed away by Smith, then by Clark, and Buxton pushing here to try and get the opening goal. 13.5 minutes gone here. Brennan crosses again across the face, still alive, and that's a chance. That is a chance for Buxton. They can't clear the lines again, surely, and Buxton player, I think it's Hall again, or is it the man coming towards us here, the centre half maybe even in. Certainly the fellow here, number 6. No, not the 5. Centre half has found himself in the box. And that's a chance.
Yes, from the danger man, Luke Brennan again.
Sorry, it was the number. Yeah, Stevenson, the centre half, finding himself in the box, and he just couldn't get his foot round it, wrap round it properly. But Buxton will settle for a corner. The short options on with Hall offering it, and Summerfield's there short as well. Buxton, again, now deep. It's very deep, in fact. Up in the air by Burton. O'Kane goes to clear. It looks like he's caught, but then again, the 22, Bardell, goes for a shot, and he can't get his foot round it. So it's 2 chances, really, in quick succession. There's 2 quick half chances where Buxton just can't get a foot on it properly.
George Pratt, diagonal looking for Warren Clark. Touched it down, Warren. It's cleared away though by Bardo once again. Henley lets it go out for a throw. Down the line it goes from Henners.
Again, another one of those there that you went, okay, we'll get the throw on halfway, but it feels like an opportunity missed, doesn't it, a little bit? Sunderland have taken the lead against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Mukiele with the goal in that one, but here at the tarmac Silver, and surely these need to get a bit of possession. I think need to retain possession a bit more, a bit better. I think at the minute it's just one of those where giving the ball away too easily. And again there, Buxton just comfortable enough and see the ball behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, the ball's not sticking to a black and white shirt at the minute.
Stevenson under pressure from Hewitt, who's been relatively quiet so far this afternoon. Calverley pushed in the back, and referee Rogers says nothing in that, although Taylor O'Kane trying to battle away with Luke Brennan, and he's tracking back nicely to help out Adam Henley. Brennan still driving on forward, though. That's the beating of O'Kane, but not of Henley, and Buxton will have another corner.
Once again, he's the danger man for Buxton, isn't he, Luke Brennan? Every time he gets the ball, he's just looking forwards. He's forced at least 3 corners now that I can think of. It's another opportunity here for Buxton to crowd the box. Luke call to take. It's taken shot to Brennan. Gives it to Greaves.
Oh, looked like he may have struck the hand of Warren Clark. The ball was left by Henley, and Pratt has to take his own and get the ball away. He just thumped it in the end, didn't he, Ewan? It was one of those, he had to time it right, but luckily George was on the right side of it.
Blatant now with the ball, sends it forwards. Hewitt's in an offside position, so he'll go all the way through to the Buxton keeper, Paul Cooper. Brennan's come deep for the ball this time.
Equaliser for Curzon Aston, while Fylde have taken the lead through Danny Ormerod. That's Kings Lynn. Danny, of course, bit of time out on loan with the Magpies last season, and O'Kane trying to replicate some of that.
Probably putting the pressure on Campbell. He's forced to go back to his goalkeeper.
Cooper, short. Oh, and it had to be right. Connor Kirby's got it. He was the match winner here last season against the Magpies. Pratt under pressure, balls over the top. Irwin's done well.
Assistant referee's flags up anyway there, I think. Did look for a split second. So Ebanks got the wrong side of Pratt. Good touch there by Henley to keep it in play. It's brought down by Campbell, and it will be a free kick. Blakeman comes over to the right-hand side. Another opportunity maybe for Chorley to put a bit of pressure on this Buxton back line.
Yeah, I think that's the key word, isn't it? They need to put some pressure on it. Burnley have taken the lead against Leeds. The Premier League. Blakeman this time though delivers it deep. Calverley's being pulled. Play continues. George Pratt flicks on the header. Ibbotson flicks it on. Goes down inside the box.
He's holding his head. Not too sure if it's just a clash of heads.
Harry Ibbotson goes down. I think it's going to be a goal kick when the play does continue, but Ibbotson scratches his head.
It was him and the Buxton captain, Connor Kirby, who clashed heads there. Both of them back onto the feet relatively quickly, and the ball is dropped to the keeper, Paul Cooper.
Never a good hunting ground, Buxton away, not something I can particularly disagree with. Super Dr. Gamer, we said obviously the last time Chorley won here was the famous victory back in 2014. Of course, only played here 3 times since. I think Ibbotson's offside here, but the referee's not flagged.
Referee's not put his
he
flag
looked well
up.
offside, and then he then flags. I think he was offside.
I think the question there is, if the assistant referee is certain, he's got to put his flag up earlier.
I think he was off, but it was, for me, it was, you could see the linesman, he was in the
that's
ear,
what I
and he
mean.
waited a long time before giving it, which is something that you normally see like in the Premier League, isn't it, with the way that it works with VAR. They normally let the player score and then decide to give it, but
George Pratt's battling away there with Ebanks. He's done well to get the ball. Blakeman gives it to Summerfield. There's pressure on here. Blakeman just lost it into the air.
Carverley beaten to it, but Hewitt will get it, picks it up. First time hits the ball towards Ibbotson, and then Carverley this time. Good play towards Craig Hewitt. He gets a first run at Stevenson. Down the left he goes. He's taking his time 1v1. Craig Hewitt. Oh, touch is really loose and giving the ball away again. Craig Hewitt here.
And it's another offside here against Ebanks. That's 3 already against him so far.
Kidderminster Harriers have taken the lead against Chester. Chester unbeaten in the league since October 2024 at home, and the only team with a record close to that is, of course, Chorley. 20 games unbeaten at home, and maybe it's the away form that leaves a bit to be desired, and Chorley, it's fair to say, you would need something of a result today.
Definitely. Opportunity here, though. Blakeman should be able to put a long throw into the box, you would think.
Blake's there. We can't really see the full view of the box, can we, because of a massive pole that's in the way. Ball comes in, it's headed by Calvary across the face, but no one's there. Good play from Summerfield to win the ball back. Blakeman's going to put his foot through it. It was like a cross, sort of, and a shot at the same time. Ibbotson gets there and still alive for Chorley inside the box. Buxton under a bit of pressure. Hewitt's done well, actually. Bit of fortune. Crosses the ball in towards the box and cleared by Buxton only as far as Summerfield. He goes again back to Hewitt. 1v1 with Stevenson. Crosses. Oh, and Calverley heads it across the face, and Chorley growing into it here.
Yeah, it's the brightest spot of the game for Chorley there. All going from that long throw, really. Eventually, it comes back to Summerfield. Great pass to his left to Hewitt. Goes 1-on-1 with Stevenson. Cross towards the box. Met at the front post by Calvert. More of a glancing header. It just goes just a bit too wide. So another long ball, which Pratt has to deal with. He's done well. He clears out for a throw. The Bucks are now looking for this long ball over the top, looking for Callum Ebanks. Throwing his touchdown well by the striker. It's 2 balls now on the pitch. Referee seems to take no notice of.
Burton has it. Campbell hits it. Frustrating, as you say, there with referee Darren Rogers, because there were 2 balls on the pitch, and had that ball found the back of the net, let's believe that Andy Priest would not have been a happy man. Good ball against Ibbotson. He gets up really well to win that. second bite of the cherry again versus Stevenson. That's becoming an interesting battle this afternoon. And this time, under pressure, Max Bardell puts it out of play. And surely, as we said, you're starting to grow into this one here.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more pressure now on the ball whenever Buxton gets it. They're not seeing as much time with the ball as they did earlier on in the game. Seems as though
South Shields
Hibson's
have
brought
taken the
down the
lead
years.
against Hereford. It's Caden Kelly who's got the opening goal at the First Cloud Arena.
Referee having a word here with Max Bardell. Obviously, that constant battle between him and Harry Ibbotson so far. He's having a word saying that that's twice now that he's brought down Ibbotson. Maybe the next time will be a booking. It's Blakeman. An opportunity to get the ball into the box yet again on this left-hand side. And it goes.
Oh,
It's curled in.
too
It's
much on it.
headed.
One in the air, still alive, and drops it eventually, but referee then keeps it against Calverley.
Not overly convincing goalkeeping there by Paul Cooper.
I actually thought that ball was going to go straight into the hands of Paul Cooper, but it just had a little bit of last minute drift.
Harry Ibbotson putting the press on the keeper, who sends it forwards. Ebanks wins the header over Pratt, but Blakeman's there on the sweep. Smith finds Hewitt, and it's fouled there by Stevenson.
Andy Priest, arms stretched, not happy. I think he's claiming that Hewitt was on there. Hewitt was ready to let loose and let go, and he's got a bit of a wry smile there, Craig Hewitt, because I think he knew as well that it could well have been a case that he was ready to set himself towards goal.
It's not the first occasion that Buxton have brought down a Chorley player when there seems to be like a glimpse of an attack like that.
Bang on halfway, Blakeman again, hand up, arm raised, pokes it towards the penalty spot. Ibbotson's up there to try and win it, not cleared yet by Buxton. Warren Clark finds Summerfield, he takes it first time. What a ball that is from Summers, by the way. Hewitt, 1v1, down the left he goes, against Hall, crosses. Still across the face, Taylor O'Kane's going to it. He's done really well, Taylor. Puts the ball again very deep. I can't see it. And it's gone behind for a goal kick. But it's that area there. We've just got James next to us giving a little bit of a look because he can probably just about see it, but we can't. Maybe James should give us some hand sign language next time of whether it's going out for a corner, a goal kick, or a goal. But Chorley certainly, as you say, you grown into it, knocking on the door.
Yes. Foul there by Calvert on the Buxton skipper, Connor Kirby. But as you alluding to, whenever the ball goes into the box on our left-hand side, there is a large pole in the way, which is one of the many floodlights dotted around the ground.
Well, taken quickly by Burton, still alive. Ibbotson's pushed him to the floor there. No foul, says referee Darren Rogers. I'm surprised because I think if it was the other way, I'd have been asking for a foul there, Ewan.
Yeah, may have been judged as more of a coming together.
I mean, it looked like that he just pushed him to the floor, but Ken Buxton trying to keep hold of the ball. Good afternoon, Jeff. Hope you're well. It's 0-0 here, 28.5 minutes gone. Both teams haven't really created too much just yet. Buxton trying to be patient. Chorley have certainly grown into the game over the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Stevenson with the ball on the right.
Good play from George Pratt, and Harry Ibbotson comes back and he's trying to keep hold of it, but the ball won't stick. And Buxton can come again.
Brennan's come deep. Goes back to his captain in Kirby. Bardell. Fizz into Greaves. Pratt steps out trying to challenge him. Does well to win the ball. Hewitt comes away with it.
O'Kane plays it nice and simply to Summerfield, he digs
Good
out the
pass
ball.
again
It's a
by
good one to
Summerfield.
find Adam Henley. Finds Craig Hewitt. He's operating centrally at the moment, taken down by Kirby, and that's a yellow card all day long. Great prediction by me there, because before I'd even finished saying yellow card, he already had his hand in his pocket. Darren Rogers and Connor Kirby's going to be the first player in the book for a really poor challenge on Craig Hewitt.
Yeah, I think the only way you can describe that is cynical. Saw Craig Hewitt had the beating of him for pace and you just thought, I'm going to take him down. And from about halfway into the Buxton half, on the right-hand side this time, it's an opportunity for the Magpies to get the ball into the box once again.
Yeah, you could never complain about that. It was just a cynical challenge. Maybe it's something that Buxton have been told to do, really, is that you want to try and stem the threats of the likes of Hewitt, is to do something like that. Take no chances. Ball in from Blakeman. It's met in the air by Pratt, and Brennan just hooks it only as far as Summerfield. What a touch that is. Is it again to Hewitt? They've linked up really well so far this afternoon. Hewitt driving towards the box. It digs out across. It's very deep and just too much on it. He had the right idea and he gets a thumbs up from Harvey Smith. And Chorley certainly growing into the game, as we keep saying.
Not a bad cross at all, that by Craig Hewitt. Just needed someone, a late runner maybe at the back post trying to attack it. I think Harvey Smith acknowledges that really. Maybe he should have been the one to make a more of a deeper run. But it's better though from the Magpies. There's a good header there by Smith, finds Summerfield. Calvley goes back to Josh Pratt. There's Blakeman. Into Craig Hewitt, closed down by Stevenson. Wins a throw.
Hewitt gets away with that though, doesn't he? I think gives the ball away.
Taken quickly by Blakeman, headed away by Bardell. Bardell now bumps it forward. Ebanks is running in behind here.
Irwin's got the... Oh.
It stopped going over the line
What's
there by
he going to give
Smith.
here?
Referee's not giving anything.
I'm surprised Matt Irwin's got up as quick as he did, because it looked like he'd been caught in the face. The referee's telling the Buxton players to go away. John McGrath, the Buxton manager's having a word with the fourth official. It's a bit of a flashpoint there, but play continues.
I think the important thing there is that neither of the players who collided are complaining whatsoever.
No.
Ebanks isn't complaining for a foul, and neither is Matt Irwin. Probably shows that the referee's got the decision correct there. Okay, flicks it further towards Ibbotson. Bardell manages him well. Warder give it back to his keeper. Ibbotson trying to close down Paul Cooper here. He's didn't look very comfortable there with the ball at his feet, but he manages to get it away to Bardell. Switch to play now by Bardell. Touchdown by Hall. Blakeman intercepts his pass. He gives it into Calvley in midfield. Summerfield tries another one of his good passes, but gets cut out. Hewitt wins the ball back. Hewitt takes it on the line, goes around Stevenson really well here. Craig Hewitt running down here down the left-hand side.
Here comes Hewitt, and Kirby's close to him, and Kirby's got to be careful. Hewitt's done really well. Craig Hewitt goes for the goal. He's caught inside the box.
Seems to be caught there by the number 5, George Ward. But
Andy Priest having a word with the fourth official. Is it one of those where he strikes his shot in the scuffed way that he did, and he tries to make it look like he was caught because he scuffed the shot?
He may have hit the nail on the head there, Pete, probably. Good though. Good work though there by the winger. He managed to get himself a bit of a yard of space in the box, hits it. Spews out way wide though. One ball by Ward, headed away by Henley. Warren Clark heads it back.
Impressed by Chorley though, I have to say. At the minute, they've really picked it up in these last 5 or 10 minutes. I thought at one stage it looked like it was all just one-way traffic, but Chorley have certainly grown into it, as I keep saying, over the last I think Buxton maybe had the first half of the first half, and Chorley is certainly ending it the better of the two. Good to hear you feeling a little bit better, Jeff. Sure we'll catch up early next week. Be having a good weekend. Good afternoon, everybody listening in from Cape Verde and also the States, and of course, Ammanford. I wonder if our resident southern Spain listener in, Alan Boardman's here, or maybe he's too busy having sangrias. He's got to offload the ball quicker there, and he's being punished for it. Gives the ball away and pokes it towards Brennan. It's defended actually quite well by Adam Henley, and Calverley's now going to try and put pressure on Kirby.
George Fletcher has to step out. Just the foul Ebanks there.
Blakeman giving a free kick for a foul on Ebanks, and
Few cheers from the home end.
didn't look best pleased with that, Blakes, did he?
No. And it's in a shooting position, probably, you could say, on this right-hand side. Is Luke Brennan, who's over the ball to take it.
Certainly
You would
not
say he's been
well,
the main
I say
threat
it's
so
certainly
far.
not a shooting position. It certainly doesn't look like it. Brennan's there, Hall's there. Right foot of Brennan, left foot of Hall. I suppose Hall could put his foot through it and try and strike it. A three-man wall of Cowles, Summers, and O'Kane. Blakeman's kind of there in between, and Brennan's going to loft it towards the back stick. It's one fantastic goal.
It's
Worth
headed
an
on by
absolute
Max
three.
Bardle.
And Buxton have got the lead. It was a set piece that was made to look simple. Ball played in towards the penalty spot. The first man's there, nods in, and Buxton have got the lead. Surely be frustrated with that.
Yeah, it's the man who's looked like he's going to create stuff for Buxton all game. Luke Brennan over the free kick. It's a good delivery into the box. It's met cleanly by Max Bardle, and the centre half sends it back to where it came from. It's the top right corner of the goal. Matt Owen had no chance.
Quite similar to the goal that was conceded against Oxford when we think about it.
Yeah. But despite probably being the better team for the last 15 minutes or so, Charlie found themselves a goal down. We're back underway here.
Frustrating is the word, I think, that goes around from that.
Opportunity here for Blakeman to send a long throw in. And it goes from Blakeman. It's headed away. It falls to Kane on the half volley. And it's over the ground itself there.
But Chorley have got a task on their hands now. On the road, goal behind, and they'll feel relatively hard done by for that, I think, because again, we're really, really getting into the game, really knocking on the door. Hewitt looking especially threatening. Summerfield doing really well in midfield.
And just keeping the ball in their own half for the minute. Bardle into the feet of Ebanks. Does well the striker to keep the ball. Good play there by Hall. It's cut out by Pratt, but it's given straight away to Buxton again. Kirby, long ball looking for Hall.
2-0
Goes
up
straight
against
through to Ewan.
Bennymore. Surely, of course, will take on Merthyr at the Grant Store Victory Park Stadium next Saturday. But before that, it'll be a trip to Southport this Tuesday, who currently are being held by Oxford.
Smith, loose touch. Gets his pass away to Warren Clark.
Oh,
Loses
Clark,
the ball.
he just does really well there. Looks like he's caught and foul again is given.
Summerfield sends it down the line to Warren Clark. Clark tees it up for Summerfield, tries to hit it, scuffs it.
Goes down. Blakeman going to hit it. Fires it wide and can't blame Blakey for going for that one, can you, Ewan? He just puts his foot through it.
No, it seems to open up quite well, to be fair to him. Good connection, just not the right direction on the ball. Blakeman wins his header. Campbell wins the second ball. It's up in the air again. Okay. Tries to get it down, but Brennan's there. Henley gets it clear. Ward dribbles it out of play there.
Out for a throw. Wild 2-0 up away at Kings Lynn. Here though, 41 minutes gone, 5 minutes thereabouts of the opening half to play, and Chorley a 0-0 down. Max Bardell.
Handball there by Adam Henley.
I think he knew then, Hennes, didn't he? Just strikes the arm and he can't get out of the way of it.
Bardell sends it long. It's going to go all the way through for a goal kick.
All the way over to Irwin. Spennymoor have got one back. Brighton have taken the lead against Newcastle. Danny Welbeck's got that one.
Harvey Smith sends it long this time, headed away by Ward. Calvley puts it back where it came from.
Good header from Warren. Buxton can't quite clear the lines there, but eventually Craig Hewitt is beaten to it in a case of Ewan where the Buxton man just wanted it more.
Buxton really taking the sting out of the remainder of the first half at minute.
Oh, got to be careful there as Pratt plays it back to Irwin. He's under a bit of pressure. Finds Blakeman, who again opens up his body and finds Pratt, who's given a few yards to drift on forward. He plays the ball over the top.
Good pass. Burton marshals Clark very well. Don't comes away with the ball. Brennan can turn. Goes inside here, Luke Brennan. Finally offloads it to Stevenson on the right flank. 1-on-1 with Craig Hewitt. Goes inside and gives it to Kirby. Pass out wide to Luke Hall. Keeps it in.
Great ball. Summerfield has to be on it. Does well under pressure by Kirby. He won't let him alone, and Blakeman has to just go long. Ibbotson battling away well to try and win it back, but .44 minutes gone here. Considering Buxton in the lead, the atmosphere isn't necessarily rocking, is it, Ewan? It's relatively flat, if truth be told.
And maybe you can blame that on the action on the pitch. There hasn't been many chances for either teams. That being said, Hall's found himself a bit of space here on the right for Buxton.
And Hall goes for goal.
And I think you can say that the momentum since the Buxton goal has been firmly in the hands of the home side. Stevenson, ball breaks for him into the box. He goes.
It's across the face. It falls to Bardell to strike again, and
Speculative effort. Well, always rising.
It's 45 minutes at one added minute at the end of this opening half. 1 minute for Chorley to potentially and have one more chance.
Summerfield into the feet of OK. Challenged by Campbell. OK wins it back. And now Burton has the ball. Good play by Greaves and Hall, and Greaves runs that with the ball there down the right-hand side.
Good touch
Cuts
from Greaves.
back.
Good defending by
Pratt's
George
done
Pratt.
well.
He's done really well there, hasn't he, Pratty, to clear away the danger. Cocaine spins it, does really well actually to find Warren Clark. He's all on his own. He's just opened up his body nicely. Really unlucky there, though. Gives the ball back to Buxton, but actually then falls to Craig Hewitt, who's
It's a shot
no
challenge there
nonsense
by
from Stevenson, who again just wants it a little bit more than Craig Hewitt, and gets the ball and snatches it from him. And referee Darren Rogers puts an end to the opening 45 minutes. It's Buxton 1, Chorley 0. Max Bardell with the only goal to separate the two teams at the break. Although we just see here as a bit of an issue was Harvey Smith has had his shirt ripped by Ebanks. So new shirt required for Harvey. We'll be back very shortly. Go and grab a brew, and we'll be back very soon. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back for the second half of this game between Buxton and Chorley here at the Tarmac Silverns as Chorley get his back underway. Of course, Chorley with work to do coming into the second half. A 0-0 down for Max Bardell. Opened the scoring from a set piece early on. I say early on, it's probably about half an hour into the game, but it was a period where you and Chorley had really seemed to have struck a chord in the game and looked like they were finding a way into it, and then conceding the way that they did. It was a simple set piece, it really took the stuffing out of them. On. I might just have lost you in there for a minute. Just bear with it. Let's see if you're back with us, Ewan. Yeah, back with us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I was saying, it was just took the wind out of the sails a little bit, didn't it, to concede at the point they did, and for the rest of the second half, Buxton were pretty comfortable.
Yeah, as I was saying when my mic was off there, came at the point of the game where Charlie probably at the peak of their momentum, and then that goal sort of switched the momentum the other way, and Buxton finished the half on top. So, hoping here that the Magpies can start the second half off strongly.
It's just one of those, isn't it, where you look at it and think like, how are Chorley going to get themselves back into the game? What could it be that could, get them back into it? Where do we see the goal coming from at the moment? And of course, Ibbitson's up there on his own. You've got Hewitt on the left, Clark on the right. There's plenty of options on the bench, but I guess when you go a 0-0 down away from home, it's tricky to get back into it, to say the least. But saw firsthand that although it was at home, surely you can always come back. And it was 2-0 down against Oxford in the first half and got it back to a dramatic 3-3 thanks to Adam Henley. And as you say, Jeff, get a quick one and we can get back into it quick time. Ball over from Burton. Smithy now does have a new shirt, thankfully, although he's got no name and number on it. Right, finds Blakeman under pressure, just pokes it long, and Calvley's got an in behind here, and the ball's being flicked on by Buxton player. Calvley's still alive, trying to get to the ball.